The Oxford community is mourning after a deadly Christmas Eve shooting. One person died and several others were hurt in that incident. Oakland County Sheriff Bouchard says this tragedy is proof that the early release of dangerous felons can lead to disaster. He addressed the media earlier today. Let's bring in CBS News Detroit's Heath Kalb with more on his message from the sheriff's office.
Oakland County Sheriff Bouchard made it very clear today that something needs to change in our criminal justice system, or else sadly, we could expect more tragic events like the one we saw on Christmas Eve to occur again. Just under a week after that tragic Christmas Eve shooting in Oxford, Oakland County Sheriff Bouchard addressed the public Monday afternoon to make one point clear, that if the suspect, 29-year-old Malik Webb, had not been granted parole this past July, even after he had been charged 7 times with weapon offenses and even once charged in prison with a weapon offense, that this shooting would have never happened.
In just over 9 years, he's been charged 7 times with weapon offenses and even charged in prison with a weapon offense, and yet they chose to parole him. He just got paroled in July of this year. Had they not made that choice to let him out, he wouldn't be in a position to shoot people on Christmas Eve.
Bouchard mentioned that while he's in favor of other approaches with nonviolent offenders of the law, people who are violent cannot have another chance to pose a threat to innocent civilians.
When we release them should be related to when we're at a high degree of confidence they're not going to hurt somebody else or their sentence has ended. But nothing other than that should be the consideration.
He also spoke about the random nature of this shooting and how it's especially sad and frustrating that it was a Good Samaritan, 71-year-old Barbara Wolf, that lost her life, and of course that it took place in a community already devastated with a history of gun violence. Sheriff Bouchard also gave an update this afternoon on the other 2 people that were shot. The woman who lost her life's daughter unfortunately has a long road ahead in the hospital, and a 56-year-old Oxford man who was shot in the arm has been released from the hospital. For now in Pontiac, I'm Heath Kalb, CBS News Detroit.